Welcome back. Hi. So I'm trying something a little different out today. One of my top performing videos with a total of like 20 odd views is the one where I am showing myself taking off my makeup and putting on sunscreen. And so since it's blowing the rest of my videos out of the water, I'm gonna continue along this path of success and post a video about sunscreens. So I did a little bit of research on sunscreens and why people of color, dark skinned people, should be wearing sunscreen. So before I get started, I want y'all to understand I do not hate the sun. I actually love the sun. It beams down on Earth and causes plants to grow, and I love food. But although the sun is great, and although it's a huge reason why there's life on this planet, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Darker skinned people are luckily, thanks to melanin, to be less likely to get skin cancer. But because they're less likely to get skin cancer when compared to fair skinned people, they are also less likely to be screened, which means usually by the time people of color are diagnosed with skin cancer, it has progressed to a later stage and can be more deadly. So this video is all about why people of color need to be wearing sunscreen even though you've got that melanin in your skin. So basically I'm going to divide this video up into 3 different topics: the different kinds of sunlight and how it affects our skin, what you should be looking for in a sunscreen, and finally, how often you should be wearing sunscreen. So basically sunlight can be broken down into 3 different types. You have the infrared, which is what gives us heat. And then you have the visible light, which is how we can see things. And then finally we have ultraviolet light, which is what I'm going to be focusing on. Ultraviolet light can be divided up into UVA and UVB. So a quick synopsis really quick. UVA is what causes your skin to age prematurely, and then UVB is what causes sunburn and skin cancer. So let's focus on UVA first. UVA is the majority of light that reaches our skin, and it causes photoaging. Although our skins will naturally start to lose their elasticity and start to sag because gravity is a real thing, the sunlight UVA rays really do affect it and speed up the process. So how it speeds up the process? I figured the best way to show you guys was via arts and crafts. So this blob this blob represents your skin. Your skin consists of a lot of different layers, but we're not going to go into that much detail today. So your skin is held up by these fibers called collagen and elastin. Well, these are some of the fibers in your skin. The collagen and elastin are represented by these dried spaghetti noodles. I'm playing with my food. It's gotten to that point of quarantine, you guys. My mom would be so proud of me. So basically, when the sun hits your skin, as so, it damages the elastin and collagen, and it causes your skin to sag. Another way to think of it is to think of collagen and elastin as the frame to your house, and the sun UVA rays are like termites that eat at the frame of your house, and eventually the frame that's holding up your house is going to collapse, just like this sad little sandwich of dried spaghetti noodles. Now your skin is not a fan of this damage, so it's going to try to protect itself, and how it does that is by tanning. This is like my tanning melanin symbol, putting on gloves apparently. Think of a tan as a last resort kind of shield. You don't want to reach for this shield unless you absolutely have to. Okay, so now let's swing over to the other side of the spectrum and talk about UVB rays. UVB rays are the ones that cause sunburn, but worse than that, they're the ones that damage your DNA and cause skin cancer. I figured it would be more effective if I showed you guys a diagram than me just talk about it. So arts and crafts time. So basically, UVB is harmful because it causes mutations in your DNA. This is an artist rendition of DNA, you guys. Be gentle. So these branches are all nucleotides, and they connect the two strands of the DNA together. And these bananas and hot dogs represent these bananas and hot dogs represent bonds. So what the sun does, the UVB rays come down and they hit the bonds. It causes the bonds of two adjacent nucleotides to disconnect and reconnect together. Like, look at that. It causes like a little bulge. It doesn't look pretty, you guys. Look at that. What is that? Basically, it's wrong. So usually what happens is there's an enzyme before the DNA replicates. It notices the mistake and it cuts it out. But sometimes, occasionally, it doesn't work. And the mutated DNA, but occasionally the enzyme doesn't work properly and the mutated DNA is replicated. And if you get a lot of these messed up DNA strands replicating in different cells that are duplicating, eventually these mutated DNA strands form mutated cells that eventually form skin cancer. Sometimes mistakes get through. Don't get too mad at your body because honestly, your body has 19 million cells in it. 19 million. And each cell has 92 strands of DNA. So basically, that's a lot of opportunities for something to go wrong. Honestly, it's more impressive in my opinion that we haven't just like the humans don't like even exist. If you guys are interested in learning more, I'm gonna leave a couple links in the description that talk in greater detail about how DNA is replicated and how cancer forms. Think of this as like an overview. So now that you know so much more about UVA and UVB rays, let's talk about key ingredients that you should be looking for in your sunscreen. Number one, you want to find a sunscreen that has at least a 30 SPF rating. If you spend a lot of time outdoors, you want something that's more like 60 SPF rated. Quick note, a higher SPF doesn't necessarily mean it protects you more. It just means that it will take your skin longer to burn. So an SPF of 30 just means your skin will take 30 times longer to burn. So if your skin usually burns after 5 minutes in the sun, it will take 30 times longer. So 30 times 5, which is 150 minutes. Math! It would take your skin 150 minutes to start burning in the sun instead of like just 5 minutes. Definitely look in the labels for sunscreens that list that they are broad spectrum because that means that they protect against UVA and UVB rays. So you might be wondering how much sunscreen you need. Basically, whatever you're using, you definitely need to use more. You definitely need to use at least 1 ounce of sunscreen if you're going to be covering your face, neck, arms, and legs, which is basically around a shot glass worth of sunscreen. Yummy. So how often you should be wearing your sunscreen? Well, I'm gonna admit that I am pretty bad at wearing sunscreen every day. I basically, especially now, like I spend most of my time inside in my apartment, but I will admit I'm pretty bad at wearing sunscreen every day. I probably go out like maybe 3-4 times a week, but doing it imperfectly is still better than not doing it at all. So, oh, a big thing is how often you should reapply sunscreen. And if you're gonna be outdoors most of the day, which doesn't usually happen to me frequently unless I'm going running or biking or something, you need to apply every 2 hours. I know that seems a little excessive, especially if you're wearing makeup, but if you're gonna be spending most of your time indoors, you can reapply less often. Oh, I think it's important to also note when you should be wearing sunscreen, which should be all the time, but you know, if it's cloudy outside, wear sunscreen because light is still filtering through. If you're indoors, like I said, wear sunscreen if you're going to be by a window because sunlight, UVA and UV rays can flow through. If you're in a situation where you're by snow, or sand, or water, these are all elements that can reflect sunlight more intensely. And so, well, sunscreen. And then finally, like, definitely put on sunscreen at least 15 minutes before you're about to head outside. It's importante. In summary, if you took nothing else from my video, please take away these two things. Wear sunscreen to prevent any instances of skin cancer. And if you don't care about your health, wear sunscreen because it will prevent premature skin aging. In my opinion, prevention is better than treatment, and your money is better spent not on anti-aging creams, but on a nice sunscreen. That's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please give me a like. Likes really help support me and they let me know if you guys are interested in seeing similar content. I try to upload at least every Friday, so subscribe so you'll know when my next video is up. Thanks, cheers, and protect your skin. Until next time, bye!